Hello everyone, welcome to Cantonese Phrase Series. Today, I am going to go over some phrases that you would hear in a weather forecast. So, first of all, weather forecast in Cantonese is 天氣報告。天氣報告。So, in a lot of cases, you would hear something like, today is blah 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 with something percent chance of something. Like such as today is cloudy with 50% chance of rain. This is something that you would hear quite frequently in forecasts. So today is cloudy with 50% chance of rain in Cantonese is 今日密雲，有50%機會落雨。今日密雲，有50%機會落雨。So 今日 is today in Cantonese. 密雲 is cloudy. 有 is to have in Cantonese. 50% is 50%. So anything with a number and then the next kanji 成 means that it's the number times 10%. That's how we express our percentages in Cantonese. 機會 is the Cantonese word for chance, and 落雨 is the Cantonese for raining. So if you actually want to know more vocabulary regarding to weather, we actually have a previous video that you could look at to learn more about the vocabs regarding to weather in Cantonese. So let's move on. So if we were to say Saturday morning is sunny, in Cantonese, we would say 星期六早上天晴。星期六早上天晴。星期六 in Cantonese is Saturday. So usually how we say the weekdays in Cantonese, which you can find in other videos, is that it starts with 星期 and then number. So in this case, Saturday is the 6th day of the week because we start with Monday. We would use the number 6 after 星期. So Saturday in Cantonese is 星期六。早上 in Cantonese means morning, and 天晴 in Cantonese means sunny. So let's see the weather for the next 5 days in Cantonese is 睇下未來5日嘅天氣預測。睇下未來5日嘅天氣預測。So you would actually hear this a lot in the weather forecasts in the TV shows in Hong Kong. Well, not the TV shows, but the weather forecast in the Cantonese television. So 睇下 in Cantonese means let's see. 未來 in Cantonese means future, but in this sentence we use it as the next. 5日 that means it's two very simple kanjis, which means 5 days. 嘅 the next kanji after 5日 嘅. Now that is a particle. It's It's a particle of the in some sort. We are going to go over some of these Cantonese particles in another video. So just right now, just remember that this particle is just an article for the or to be. 天氣 in Cantonese means weather. 預測 in Cantonese means the predictions. Also, in the weather forecast, you would often hear, "Let's see the weather forecast for different countries." Well, in Cantonese, we would say, 睇下唔同國家嘅天氣預測。睇下唔同國家嘅天氣預測。睇下 in Cantonese means let's see, which I've explained before. 唔同 in Cantonese is different. 國家 in Cantonese means countries. 嘅 is a particle that we've mentioned earlier. 天氣預測, as we mentioned earlier, that means the weather predictions. So, the next sentence. Now, in a lot of case, you would also in weather forecast, of course, they would mention highest of something something degrees and lowest is something something degrees, correct? Well, let's take for example, if we want to say highest is 30 degrees and lowest is 27 degrees, in Cantonese we would say 最高30度，最低27度。最高30度，最低27度。Now, before somebody is saying that this sentence might be a bit incorrect in weather forecast, I actually want to bring up something in this sentence. So, usually in weather forecast, instead of 27度, in this case, we are putting it as 27 degrees. We would also say 27度。27度 in Cantonese is actually a formal version in which it is written as 2, the kanji 2, and then the kanji 10, and then the kanji 7, and we pronounce it as 27. Similarly, we could pronounce the 30 degrees 30度 as 30度。30度。Now, it's a more of a casual tone. You probably seldomly hear that in weather forecast because weather forecast you usually have a more formal tone to it. But if somebody is telling you, like if you're asking what is the current temperature and people are saying 30度 or 27度, it's almost the same as 30 degrees or 30度 in Cantonese and 27度, which is 27 degrees in Cantonese. So that is why I put this as an example right here. Now, if you want to learn more about numbers, in the future, I would actually have a video to tell you all about how our numbering and naming numbering convention works for both formal and informal. Now, in Hong Kong, we work in a Celsius system. So in weather forecast, it is assumed that the numbers we see are Celsius. So Celsius in Cantonese, we call Sip Si. Sip Si. Now, even though that, we would also have a Cantonese word for Fahrenheit. So Fahrenheit in Cantonese is Wa Si. Wa Si. And thank you for watching my video. If you want to learn Cantonese in a systematic way, I would actually recommend you to take a look at my website or download one of our mobile apps, both in iPhone and in Android. I have attached a link in the video description. And if you wanted to support us, please subscribe to our channel so that you could get our latest videos on learning Cantonese. Tweet about us or even share it with your friends who got similar interests as you in learning this language. Thank you. Bye-bye.